Picture this: a massive green paradise floating above the desert, with waterfalls cascading down terraces filled with exotic plants and trees. Sounds like something out of a fantasy movie, right? But this is how people have described the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Here's the catch: no one knows if they actually existed. Were they a real marvel of ancient engineering, or just a story that got out of hand? Let's dive into the mystery and uncover the truth. Okay, let's start with a story everyone knows. The Hanging Gardens are said to have been built around 600 BCE in Babylon, which is in modern-day Iraq. The king at the time, Nebuchadnezzar II, supposedly built them as a gift for his wife, Queen Amytis. She was from a green, mountainous region, and Babylon's flat, dry landscape made her homesick. So, the king decided to create a massive, terraced garden to make her feel at home. Ancient writers like Strabo and Philo describe the gardens as this incredible structure: stone terraces filled with trees and plants, all kept alive by a complex system of aqueducts and pumps. It sounds amazing, right? But here's the weird part. No Babylonian records ever mention the gardens. Not one. So, where did this story come from? And why is there no proof they existed? This is where things get really interesting. The Hanging Gardens are one of the most famous ancient wonders, but there's zero physical evidence they ever existed in Babylon. No ruins, no carvings, no records, nothing. Some historians think they might have been destroyed by earthquakes or floods, wiping out all traces. Others think the whole thing might have been made up or exaggerated over time. But here's a twist. A historian named Dr. Daly came up with a wild theory. She thinks the gardens weren't in Babylon at all. They were actually in Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire. Nineveh was known for its advanced water systems, and there are carvings that show gardens with terraces and irrigation. Could the Greeks have mixed up Babylon and Nineveh, creating a story that's lasted for thousands of years? Not everyone agrees, though. Some experts think the gardens were real, but smaller and less impressive than the stories suggest. Maybe they were just a nice royal garden that got blown out of proportion by ancient writers. So, which is it? A real wonder, a mix-up, or just a tall tale? Let's talk about the engineering behind the gardens. If they were real, they would have been a huge deal. Ancient texts described this massive structure with stone terraces, supported by columns, and a crazy system of pumps and aqueducts to bring water from the Euphrates River up to the top. Some experts think this was totally possible. The Babylonians and Assyrians were known for their advanced engineering, like irrigation systems and canals. But others aren't so sure. Moving that much water and building something so massive would have been really hard, even for them. So, were the gardens an ancient engineering miracle, or just a story that got more impressive every time it was told? It's hard to say, but it's fun to imagine what they might have looked like if they were real. Today, archaeologists are still trying to figure out if the gardens were real. They've dug through the ruins of Babylon looking for clues, but so far, nothing. Over in Nineveh, though, there's some interesting evidence. Excavations have uncovered carvings that show gardens with terraces and water systems, kind of like the Hanging Gardens. Dr. Daly's theory is gaining traction, but it's still not proven. The truth is, we might never know for sure, but that's what makes this mystery so fascinating. It's a puzzle that's been unsolved for thousands of years. So, why should we care about the Hanging Gardens? For one, they're a reminder of how incredible ancient civilizations were. Whether real or not, the idea of a massive, terraced garden in the middle of a desert is pretty mind-blowing. They also show how stories can change over time. Maybe the gardens were real, but not as grand as the legends say. Or maybe they were just a story that got bigger and bigger with each retelling. Either way, they've inspired artists, writers, and dreamers for centuries. And let's be honest, mysteries like this are just fun. They make us wonder what else we might not know about the past, and what other secrets are waiting to be uncovered. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon might remain a mystery, but that's part of what makes them fascinating. Whether they were real or just a legend, they've captured our imagination for thousands of years. So, what do you think? Were the Hanging Gardens real, or are they just a myth? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Chronomancer as we explore more mysteries of time and history. Until next time, keep questioning the past and imagining the future